Hi everyone, this is Emily Leiphart here for Tailored Expressions, and in today's video I'm sharing 4 cards using the In the Abstract 2 card making kit. I'll be raving about this kit for a long time because it's literally the love child of the original In the Abstract card making kit and the Create in Quads collection. Yes, this is the first card making kit with a Create in Quad stencil. If you love the Abstract Accent Stencil and Clear combo, or the Create in Quad stencils, there's no doubt that you'll go crazy for this kit. Let me show you what's included in the kit as well as all the add-ons. First, we have the Create in Quads Abstract Stencils. As with all Create in Quads, there are 4 stencils and they're all numbered 1 through 4 for ease of use. When they're stacked, you can see that they create different backgrounds with beautiful scenery. With the original Abstract kit, the patterns were smaller and more free, so you could design anything you wanted, but these quads take the guesswork out of the design. I personally like having these scenes pre-made for me so I don't have to think about any designs. The More Signature Sentiments and Coordinating Dies are a fabulous and necessary add-on. This set is jam-packed with everyday year-round sentiments. Whether you're looking for your first do-it-all sentiment set, or looking to add several versatile sentiments to your collection, this is it. Included in the kit are the Boho Bowls, and these are really adorable because they can be used not just with this kit, but for all your card making needs. I love all the cute shapes, and especially because they're a bit wonky and whimsical. Also included are the simple silhouettes. These are quite big and make an impact, especially when stamped in black on softer colors, like I do on my cards. Another add-on is the Foil-It Abstract panels. These add accents to the stenciled shapes, and I'll show you one example of these, but they can make a big difference in the final results. If you loved the Insiders from the Coffee kit, you'll love these too. The Insiders Abstract are included in the kit, and you'll also be able to buy extras separately. My color palette for this video includes Lavender Glaze, Macaron, Mint Julep, and Cookie Monster. Let's get started on my cards. I start with the first stencil on a full sheet of sugar cube cardstock. I'm using a pastel blender brush with lavender glaze for this first stencil. I had forgotten how much of a workout these quads can be, but it's really nice to think of crafting as a workout because I need my daily exercise and I think this would definitely qualify as weight-bearing exercise. For my second stencil, I switched to one of the original blender brushes and used this to add macaron ink. It's so cool to see the 2 purple shades overlapping. For stencil number 3, I take a coordinating pastel brush and add Mint Julep to the mix. As I've always said with quad stencils, it starts getting exciting here. The edge of the rainbow is very close to the large open space on the neighboring quad, so I use a post-it note to make sure the mint doesn't blend too much with the purples on that section. Finally, I use another original blender brush with Cookie Monster to finish the scenes. You may notice that I missed a small corner there, but I do go back and blend that in. The full reveal is always fun, and I do love these 4 colors together. Next, I'll set up my Mini Mink foil applicator to incorporate one of the Foil-It Abstract panels with one of the quads. As you've seen before, I turn on my Mini Mink and set the heat level to 4 for the weight of the cardstock panel. Once the light turns green, it's ready, and I place the panel with a piece of gold decal foil on top and run it through. These foiled sun rays are absolutely stunning, and you'll see how nicely they look with the stenciled sun and hills. I've flipped the stencils 180 degrees since I want to tuck the stencil right into the corner of my stencil mat. Since the foiled panel is already trimmed down, I still have to use some washi tape to keep the panel in place for stenciling. Just as before, I use the same order of colors to create my scene. It's now time to trim down the stenciled panels. I take a 1/4 inch off each of the 4 sides. Then I trim the remaining stencil right down the center, first at 5 1/4 inches and then 4 inches. Here's a quick look at all 4 panels, as well as the difference between the original second panel and the foiled version. I'm going to put aside the plain version and use the foiled version for the purposes of this video. I used the Boho Bowls and die cut them from the 4 colors, as well as black licorice cardstock. I also took the branch out and subtle sprigs dies and cut them from gold foil and black licorice cardstock. These were part of the original in the abstract card making kit, but are now available individually. I highly recommend adding these to your stash if you haven't already, because they're a great addition to any card. My plan is to use the simple silhouettes on a couple of the cards and add the branch out and subtle sprigs on 2 of the cards as well, just for some variety. I spent some time playing around with the Boho Bowls until I have the combination of colors and shapes I want. Plus, I cut down the branches and sprigs so they look proportional to the bowls. I glue the pieces together and set them aside to dry while I stamp the simple silhouettes. On the first panel, I'm going to use the wheatgrass. I thought the proportions made it the perfect image for the large sunset and moon. I used VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink because it's a really dark black pigment ink and stamps fine lines so perfectly. Once again, I use a post-it note to protect the natural border of the panel in case I don't cut it right down to the edge of the stenciling. For the 4th quad panel, I used the curved branch with solid leaves. I thought this would help draw the eye from the large sun to the rainbow. Once again, I use a post-it note to protect that edge, although I do trim down this panel so it wouldn't have mattered, but it's nice to have the option either way. I place that trimmed panel on a macaron card base and set it aside. Next, I adhere the Boho Bowls together with liquid glue and pop them onto the 3rd panel with foam tape. I trim down the foiled panel and pop it onto a Cookie Monster card base, and the first panel goes on a black licorice card base. I knew that some of the sentiments would be stamped in black, but I thought I might also use some gold heat embossed sentiments, so I stamped both versions to give myself options. In the end, I didn't use any of the gold sentiments, but now I have them in my stash. After choosing the 4 sentiments, I also used the coordinating dies to cut shadows from gold foil cardstock. After gluing the 2 layers together and letting them dry, I attached them to each of the cards. Two of them were popped on with foam tape, and 2 are glued on flat. Next, I start adding embellishments to each of the cards. On the 3rd card, I add a few gold drip drops to increase the amount of gold on that card. I love this sweet encouragement card, and especially the fully stenciled abstract background. On the 4th card, I cut out individual gold foil leaves from the branch out dies and add them to the stamped leaves. I absolutely love the way these delicate gold leaves look against the striking solid black leaves. For the first card, I used gold glitter stars cut from the Gathered Stars die and cascade them down the right side of the card in line with the sentiment. For the final card, which is the second quadrant of the stencil, I decided to go all out with the gold drip drops and emphasize the gorgeous gold folded sun rays as well as the sentiment. I know several people who could use a card like this. Here's a review of all 4 cards using the In the Abstract 2 card making kit. They're all so beautiful on their own, even without the added stamping and die cut accents, but they're also fun to dress up to. The possibilities are endless. It would be impossible for me to choose a favorite, as I liked the next card more than the previous. Still, I'd love to know which card is your favorite, and I look forward to seeing what you make with this kit. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more inspiration. You can find all of these products in the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.